Hi everyone, Nico here with another recap. Today's anime is called The Maid I Hired Recently is Mysterious. A young orphan hires a maid to help take care of his mansion but finds her incredibly suspicious. What are her secrets? Watch to find out. Yuri is a young orphan whose parents died in a tragic accident. And though he inherited a mansion, the inheritance is not large enough to cover the staff and he has to dismiss all his family's staff. He tries to make do on his own but finds that he is useless without servants and must resort to eating cheap cup noodles. One day, however, a girl in a maid outfit asks if she could join his staff. Yuri cannot afford to hire anyone, but she says she will accept living rent-free in the mansion as payment for her service. He wants to refuse her but finds her eyes familiar, so he ends up hiring the maid. Over time, he finds that she is hardworking, makes delicious meals, and is excellent at cleaning. He confronts her about her skills and accuses her of witchcraft. She teases him and jokes that she cast a spell on her, but the boy believes her as he caught her randomly muttering to herself, which he thought was her practicing spell casting. He also thinks she can read minds because she seems to know what he wants all the time, and that she cast a spell on him because he can't look away from her purple eyes. Embarrassed and overwhelmed, she runs away. Later, Yuri spies on her and wonders what her true purpose is in this mansion. When she asks about his homework, he demands to know what her nefarious schemes are for the mansion. She finds his concern cute but refuses to tell him the reason why she is here. But her charming answer just frightens him, and Yuri is convinced she is evil. That night, Yuri has a nightmare that his maid is a witch that is poisoning him. He goes for a glass of water but hears strange noises, but it is only the maid cooking late at night, which he finds deeply suspicious. The next morning, he finds that she has made a large breakfast, and he demands to know what she has poisoned the breakfast with since he saw her in the kitchen late at night. She jokes that she put a love potion in the food, but he takes her confession very seriously and demands she stop poisoning his food, even though she really was just practicing cooking. Yuri is troubled that his new maid is a witch and that he doesn't know her name or anything about her past. When he confronts her, she begins to talk to him in familiar terms but is embarrassed and runs away. And Yuri believes he is on track to find the truth behind the maid, and that he can gather information to find out who she truly is. In the library, he finds out her name is Lilith and she had a history with his family. Her weird name proves even further to him that she is bad news. At dinner, he announces that he will find out her true identity and intentions. And that night, Lilith thinks about the recent past, whereupon finding out Yuri's parents passed away, she rushed from her old job to the mansion as soon as possible to be his maid. After Lilith has lived with him for a while, Yuri is becoming used to new clothes and delicious meals, but he still finds her suspicious. He receives a game console from her and he accuses her of bribery, and she teases him, saying that the gifts are just for her to seduce him. Yuri announces he will not be swayed and he will own her, and she becomes embarrassed. When he is studying, she keeps interrupting him with food and offers for help. He thinks that maybe she is lonely, so he demands that she stand by him while he is studying. Later, Yuri spies Lilith walking the grounds suspiciously and stalks her into the garden, but it turns out she was just playing with a stray cat. She offers the cat to him since the cat is so friendly, but he is actually afraid of cats. He decides that he must get over his fear of cats and confronts the stray directly, until he decides to try to tame the cat with a plant. Lilith returns with food for the stray and he feeds the cat. Suddenly, a larger cat confronts them, and after the stray defends him, Yuri chases the large cat away. Lilith returns to find that he and the cat are now getting along. She is a bit jealous and asks that he pet her, and he accidentally finds her picture of him. Yuri realizes from the petting and the picture she must be preparing to cast a curse on him. Later, Yuri demands that she teach him how to cook so that he will reduce the chance of her poisoning him. And though she wants to cook his meals, Lilith starts to teach him the basics of cooking. At dinner, he finds the meal they make not as good, and she jokes it's because it doesn't have her love for him in it, and he accuses her of being powered by love. That night, Yuri wonders if she stays up to cook love potions and spells, but in reality, she watches him sleep suspiciously so that she can always be looking at his face. Soon it is time for Yuri to go to school, and Lilith worries over him. He observes that she is fussing around him like his parents, not noticing his comment affecting Lilith strangely. At school, Yuri's classmate Tsukasa is worried about him as she heard about his parents' death and they were previously introduced to each at formal party. She gathers the courage to comfort him, but she can't do it. Meanwhile, Lilith is feeling lonely, so she decides to cook a meal and deliver it to Yuri. On the way, she is spotted by Tsukasa's butler Fujisaki, who recognizes her. Tsukasa attempts to comfort Yuri but hides when she sees Lilith. She eavesdrops on their conversation, and when they tease each other about their relationship, Tsukasa believes the two of them are in a forbidden master-servant relationship, and she finds Lilith incredibly suspicious. Tsukasa knows this because she has been reading a lot of books on the subject, and when Yuri states that he wants to spend his time with Lilith, Tsukasa is charmed by their interaction and promises to not interfere. When Fujisaki joins her, Lilith notices them and introduces herself. At home after Lilith is done cleaning, she goes out grocery shopping, which allows Yuri to relax and eat junk food because he is alone and unattended in the mansion. However, he soon feels lonely when she takes a long time to shop, as all the stores did not have the fresh fish she needed. Lilith also forgot her phone, so she couldn't report her situation and finds that the train back home is out of service. Luckily, she runs into Fujisaki, who gives her a ride. When Lilith apologizes to Yuri, he accuses her of casting a spell on him because he felt sad and terrible when she was gone for so long. Seeing his distress, Lilith tells him that he was brave for enduring her curse and promises that she will not leave him alone anymore. And this is all for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.